Good afternoon, you're watching Midday Report. Human Rights Day is being commemorated countrywide today. The focus of this year's event is in the Eastern Cape. Now, the Biko Garden of Remembrance at Ginsberg in King Williamstown in the Eastern Cape was declared a National Heritage Site today. President Jacob Zuma laid a wreath at the grave of Biko, a black consciousness movement leader. His family, led by Biko's wife and Nziki, also laid a wreath. People then began filing into the nearby Victoria grounds in King Williamstown. They were waiting for the president to arrive and deliver the keynote address. He was earlier there and he spoke off the cuff.
Today is a very important day in the country, the Human Rights Day, and therefore is a day which we remember our history, our struggle in the main, and the fact that we fought and we got our independence. On this day, therefore, when we celebrate, we remember some of our heroes. Like today, in this year of President Oliver Reginald Tambo, where we emphasize unity in action, we remember the hero who came from this area, our brother and freedom fighter and the leader, Steve Biko, who was killed by the enemy brutally. And therefore, to console ourselves, to celebrate our freedom, to remember those who sacrificed supremely, we remembered him this time. We had come to launch his tombstone to remember him. There must be a mark that says, here lies the hero who participated in this country, who led and indeed inspired many young people, who made a point that we should liberate our minds so that we can liberate our country. Because if the mind was not liberated, it would not be strong enough to liberate the country. He made a mark that was appreciated and felt and made an impact throughout the country.
Well, to us, although we've always been reluctant to put a monument around him because we knew the type of a person he was. He was just a down-to-earth person, and we felt it would mean that he's superior to all these people who are lying here. But we decided no, to let go and have this monument erected in his name, so that the young people who always come to this place can learn more about him. I know they are doing so because they go to the center. Sometimes when you go to the center, you find more than 300 learners there who are coming to learn about Steve. So this monument here is going to make the kids learn more about how we got this freedom, because it hasn't been an easy way of getting the freedom. People have lost their lives. But I always say, when people ask me, how do I feel on days like this, I always tell them that I think days of crying are gone. Now we must just focus on continuing with his legacy.
President Zuma later delivered the main address, calling for the continuation of the fight against intolerance and racism. The president also spoke about the importance of human rights.
We come from a history where there was a scant regard for fundamental human rights. It is most fitting that we pause annually and remember the past so as to learn from it and never repeat its wrongs. We also use this day to take stock of progress in the promotion of human rights. Today, we also recommit ourselves to advance fundamental human rights and the restoration of human dignity to the black people in particular who were brutalized and dehumanized by the twin systems of colonialism and apartheid.